Yo, welcome to Locker Code, where football is not just fantasy, but our reality, where you can express your excitement, your tensions, or even frustrations about the games, your team, your league, and performances of players. Let's go! Welcome back, y'all boys. Y'all good?
Yeah, man.
What's going on, man?
Gravy.
Hanging in there, man. Hanging in there. New week. And I'm on vacation, and it doesn't even feel like I'm on vacation. I feel like,
you on vacation?
dude, I'm on vacation, and it feels like I'm not on vacation.
Okay,
I work every day this week.
That boy said every day he worked.
Yeah, there's a 9 to 5. And one a close friend of ours, Brian, he was like, "What are you doing?" And he hit me up yesterday and was like, "Dude, what are you doing? You're supposed to be off. Like, what are you doing?"
It works out that way, man.
It's like, bro, it's a staycation, but it's literally just to catch up, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. How you doing, B? P out there talking trash the whole week, man, about fantasy football the whole weekend.
Hey,
I was just talking trash to you.
Yeah, directly to me, yo.
the draft is next week, bro. The draft is next week.
We got
The dynasty draft next week.
Draft next week.
Oh, it is?
You ready?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What? What do you didn't know that?
I didn't know, honestly.
He set it up, put it in the chat. We set up next week for next Sunday at 7.
Yeah.
Oh, is this draft from your house, basically?
Yeah, we can do that, but with us, we'll probably come together or something like that.
Yeah, I'll do it at somebody's house or something. It's next Sunday.
Yeah, right. Should be dope.
So, should be dope. Still
Not
curious
this
to
Sunday,
know.
the following Sunday, or is it this Sunday?
The 13th, no, the
13th.
13th.
Following
Yeah,
Sunday.
Oh, okay.
13th. I'm curious to know what these two people in front of me gonna pick.
Oh man,
I mean,
you gotta. Oh, did you hear about the trade
with who?
with Steven, with the penny droppers?
And who?
P.O.
And Craig?
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard about that trade. That
Trade
trade.
just went down, man. They traded.
What was the trade?
I think it was I want to say
Sanders for
Miles Sanders, the number 11th.
11th.
For
Right.
Evans and the number 4th pick.
I was like, what?
So he got basically got Miles Sanders and the number 4th pick in the first round, and Dre got the number 11th pick in Evans. Wide receiver.
Interesting.
Yeah.
No. Is it the 4th pick? I don't think it's the 4th pick overall.
Yeah, 4th pick overall.
I thought it was the 4th round.
Nope, 4th pick overall has been traded. They traded first rounds. So Evans for.
Oh, they swapped first rounds and then. Oh, okay.
swap
I see what you're saying. Okay.
So he gets 4th and Miles Sanders. He gets Evans and number 11.
Who are the top 3 picks? Or I know you got pick number 4, right?
I
Oh,
got.
me, I have 3.
You have 3.
It's Catania. I got 2.
And then I'm at 3.
Ren's at 3. Then now Craig's at 4, and I'm at 5.
Yeah.
Who do you guys see, just off the top of your head, going in the first 5?
First 5, I can tell you the 4 players that I'm looking at. No particular order. It all depends on who is there for me, and it's
just say 3, bro. Just say 3.
It has to be 4 because it's based on my needs.
Right.
Yeah. So the 4 pick that I'm looking at is possibly Matt Ryan.
All right.
Pitts.
Not gonna happen. That's why I told him 3 because I know what you was gonna say. Don't waste your time on it, bro.
Pitts, Chase, or you know what I mean, Harris. So those are the 4 players I'm looking at.
Pitts is not gonna be available for the.
Right.
Why you say that?
Katani's probably gonna go Chase anyway, so that's 2 people.
She has a strong wide receiver core. I don't know. You never know though, because they're high on wide receivers. They're not high on running backs. So you may be right. You may be right on that.
I'm telling you, but yeah, don't even worry about Pitts. The only way Pitts is not getting to me is if K.
You're number 3?
2.
Oh, you're number 2.
Yeah, I'm number 2.
Yeah, I'm 3.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, you guys are high.
Yeah.
That's why you
Yeah.
guys know all the details about when the draft is and all that. What's going on there.
This guy, yo.
No, I had
Yeah.
no idea. I had no idea the draft.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's
Nah, I think he did it. What, yesterday? Late yesterday? He sent out the date. Late yesterday or today? He
Yeah.
finished up. He finalized the league and everything with the draft date and all that stuff. The keepers are already updated on everybody's squad, so you can go through people's squad and see what your teams look like and anticipate what their needs are and how they're going to draft and so forth. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm ready to do this draft, man. Get Pitts out, get Najee Harris. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be dope, man.
Hey.
The thing about it is, I don't know what's wrong with my. Oh, okay, never mind.
Oh, it's you can only, if you're looking at the you're trying to look at the squad, it will only go on there if you go on the Yahoo directly, not on the app.
Right, you have to. Yeah, you can't do it from the app for some reason. I think you have to log out and log back into the app for all those players to show. I'm not sure. For some reason, the last year team doesn't show on the app anymore. So
Yeah,
I don't know what's going
I
on.
think it just hasn't updated yet, but
Yeah. All right, man. Let's. So how was your weekend, man? It was a holiday weekend. What do y'all do?
I chilled at home, bro. I didn't do nothing.
Yeah, I slept most of the weekend.
Yeah, man, I slept.
I'm still trying to sleep, bro.
I
Still trying. I was out.
I thought you went out.
I was out every night.
Oh, okay.
I was
That makes sense.
from Friday all the way back until Monday, bro. I was out. So, chill was pretty good. Chill was really good. It was packed though, man.
Crazy.
It was, dude.
Yeah, I heard it was really good. From what it was.
It was really good, but the thing is, the time frame wasn't good. And what I mean by that is, and I guess it's my people, because the party's from 3 to 10. I got there at 6:30, and bruh, more people were on the outside than the inside.
Oh wow.
At 6:30, the line was going around that park that they did it in. That's how many people were there. So we had some friends that were, when we got there, they were literally about to walk in, and we just cut the line and just walk in with them. And bro, so by the time we got in 7, by the time we got drinks and everything and got ourselves situated, it's like almost damn near 8 o'clock, and the party ends at 10. So it's like,
And it ended at 10.
yeah.
Jeez.
Party ended at 10, so that kind of sucked. But other than that, though, everything was dope. The weekend was good. But yeah, it's pretty cool, man.
Yo, I like that fitted hat though, man. I ain't going front, bro. Besides you,
You ain't getting this one, man. See, this is vintage, bro. This is a vintage joint.
I like that joint.
Funny enough, you know where I got it?
What?
I got it at the Heat's game, the Dolphins game one day. Where we were at, where we were doing. You weren't there yet. You were on your way. You weren't there yet. I was at the tailgate, and this dude was walking around with dolphin hats selling it. I was like,
No.
let me cop that one.
How much was he selling it for? $1?
This dude got jokes. Eh?
Yo, what is your team again?
He
Don't
ain't got a
worry
team.
about
He ain't got a team. He ain't got a
Jeez,
team.
boy. I just want to know who.
Yeah,
Actually, let's do a
people-
bet, bro. Which bandwagon you think he jumping on this season?
People be giving away the Dolphins hats.
Which bandwagon
Yeah,
you think he
I
jumping
can
on
tell you
this season?
exactly where he's going to jump on this year. He may stick to Tampa this year, but
Yeah?
I think he's going to try to go back to. I think if Aaron Rodgers stays, he's probably going to, and
Green Bay again, right?
it's going to go Green Bay. So
Because remember, he started off Green Bay, then he went to Tampa, and now
Right.
we got to figure out which one he is. So you think Green Bay?
You can figure it out. I don't rock with losers,
I
so
think-
continue figuring it
I
out.
think he's gonna go.
We all know it's not the Dolphins.
He's gonna be a
What's-
49ers.
what's the loser? Like, what's your definition of loser, bro? I'm curious.
I mean, we were
like
6,
only
so I don't know how.
so it's only one team can be one team win the championship, and so you were saying
Yeah,
that
but-
that's the team you were rocking with.
There's teams that
No, I just want to know: is that the team you were rocking with? Yes or no?
perform on a consistent basis. Dolphins
Which
not one of
one?
those teams.
All right. So name. Wait. Name one. You're gonna say Kansas City?
Kansas City.
Pause.
New
Pause.
Orleans.
No. Pause.
It's been
Pause
3
with
years.
Kansas City. It's only 3 years.
It's only been 3 years.
So
with
pause.
KC.
Kansas City was crap, worse than the Dolphins in
Yep.
every name of the word.
Okay. Yeah, but then they've been,
So how you rocking with them if you only rock with winners?
all I'm saying, the Dolphins is not a winning organization. That's all I'm saying.
Kansas City wasn't either.
You guys haven't won since 1853. So,
Wow.
all right.
This dude.
Oh,
It's all good, man. It's all good. It's all good.
I need you to come to every game, bro.
You win it.
You can take one of my tickets. You come to every game.
I know, right?
I
Oh
need you to
man.
absorb all the wins we about to take, bro.
Yeah. Exactly.
What wins? We about to talk
Exactly.
about the AFC East.
All right, you know what? Let me hit
Let's
news
go
real
now.
quick.
Hit
Let's hit
news
news.
and just
Hit
go.
news real quick.
Hit news and let's go, bro. Hit news and just go.
This dude, man.
Yo, what do we have in news today, man?
Hey, man. 3 things that I want to cover in news, man, and a couple of them are prospective on it. So, as you know, Philly's trying to trade away Hurts, right? What team do you guys see Hurts fitting on right now? Because he's probably going to get traded sometime within this week or next. So what team would you like to see Hurts? And when you choose a team, where would you rank him as far as tight ends go? Let's start there.
I first thing that comes to mind, man, that makes more sense, especially how everybody's been doing this year. Send him to Colts. Colts need a tight end. He's
familiar with wins.
He's familiar
Right.
with his quarterback. He's familiar with the offense and he's familiar with his coach.
I agree
the
with
perfect location for him.
I
And
agree with that,
It's
100%.
not going to take a lot, man. And plus, they need a tight end. Throw a third or fourth rounder at them and get him, and be ready for have a legitimate tight end. Colts will have a legitimate tight end this year to go against those D-backs. Comfortable.
And if he goes to the Colts, where would you rank him as far as the tight ends go?
I rank him in the top
Top
five.
five.
Yeah.
Easy.
So,
Top 5.
so you would say, all right. So Kelsey's 1.
Oh, you trying to rank all tight ends? Right?
Waller's
No,
2.
I'm just gonna go to
Waller's
5.
2.
Waller's 2.
Pitts
Where's
is 3.
No, Kittle is 3.
3.
Kittle is 3. How can we rank someone that we never seen played in the NFL?
I agree with you. So I'll give.
So Kittle 3.
Kittle's 3.
And,
I give him 4, and then go Pitts 5.
Yeah.
So you would rank him over Andrews?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Because of the familiarity of the quarterback.
Yeah. And the
All right.
quarterback's going to be passing.
Yeah. The only other team I could see him on, Colts, I think, is the number 1 option, but the only other team that would come to mind is who we're just talking about, Aaron Rodgers, Green Bay.
Green Bay.
Yeah.
I mean, they have Tanyan.
And they have Tanyan. They like Tanyan.
They like Tanyan.
Yeah, but
He's
I
not
still
great,
think
but they like Tanyan.
I still think they need more offensive weapons.
So these are the teams that have been, been reaching out to the Philly, the Bills, and I can see that for sure because they don't really have Knox as their tight end. The Jaguar doesn't have a tight end. Tim Tebow, right?
Yeah.
Tim Tebow ain't it? The Cardinals
haven't had a tight end in years. Right?
Years, yeah.
Right. So the
They just can't choose
Bengals.
them.
The Bengals.
Bengals need a tight end.
The Bengals is another team that
I would like to
reached
see
out.
him on the Cardinals. So
I would definitely like to see him on the Cardinals. I wouldn't want to see him on the Bengals because I don't think Bengals is.
it's too much ball to share. It's
Well,
too
not-
much ball to share too.
Not even that.
What about the
I just
Chargers?
think as a tight end, I don't want to go to the Bengals because I don't feel like they're in any room to actually compete against the Browns, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the Ravens right now.
What about the Chargers?
I like the Chargers.
I like the
I
Chargers.
love the Chargers, bro. I think the Chargers, it's a pass-happy team. They don't have, what's his name from last year? Hunter Henry from last year. So I think he would be a great fit there, man.
He would.
And Panthers is the last team that's, they're saying that he could possibly go to. And all these teams are, all these teams, Colts, Chargers, and the Bills. I like the Bills too.
I like Cardinals too.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, so with that said, next thing, let's talk about Julio, man. Julio has been in the news a lot. He was supposed to be traded today. I guess they didn't get an offer that they liked. A few teams that has, came up recently, and the number 1 team right now that is trending is Seattle Seahawks. How do you guys feel if he should go to Seattle?
It will definitely boost Russell Wilson's stock fantasy wise to
Mhm.
probably easily top 3, maybe even top 2.
Mhm.
But it would drop Metcalf's stock a lot.
I think so too, and I think it would degrade
Tyler Lockett as well.
Tyler Lockett as well, because Tyler Lockett will no longer be the number 2. He'll be the number 3 on that team after that.
Yeah.
He is gonna be like a Harden, Hollywood Brown, where you can stretch the field and whatever, but the targets would be majority of the targets will be going to Julio and Metcalf. That's how I see the dynamic.
Also, you got to remember that team loves to run the football,
and they love to run the football.
So it's not a pass happy team like that, because there were games that I mean, both Tyler Lockett and Metcalf had a good year, but there were games, 1 or 2 games here and there, that they were absent.
They were absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
So I
agree.
I agree with you. I think that who benefits the most out of that is Carson. Chris Carson's going to benefit the most out of that because you got the double teams and corners on both sides with DK and Julio.
Yeah.
I still like the slot. What's his name? I'm sorry.
Tyler Lockett?
Tyler Lockett on there because of speed. At the end of the day, he may not be going deep anymore because those two guys are going deep, but he's going to be that slot guy. So his bread and butter is going to be breaking that tackle and getting multiple yards. He may only get 3-4 catches that game, but he got to make it, to a point that is fantasy worthy. But yeah, Chris Carson, that benefits Chris Carson.
Carson, yeah.
Would you? The other team that they were saying that he may go to is
the Ravens.
Tennessee. Yeah, Ravens is the 3rd. Tennessee is the 2nd.
They got to make a lot of moves in order for Tennessee to get in there.
Yeah, that's fine. They traded away. They trade away picks, future picks, and Atlanta. It seems like Atlanta will agree to take on some of his salary. So, what implication because we covered the Tennessee Titans already. So, what implication you would think that would have on the Tennessee Titan if Julio should go to the Tennessee Titans?
It's a major upgrade from Corey Davis.
Yeah.
So I think everybody wins in that situation. Julio for sure. AJ Brown wins. Derrick Henry wins for sure. And
I'll tell you that if he goes to the Titans,
you're keeping Henry.
Yeah, I'm keeping Henry.
I mean, we already. Oh yeah, we haven't finished.
We haven't select keepers in NFF yet. Yeah. So for sure, if he goes to Tennessee, I'm keeping Henry. And the reason why I'm keeping Henry because now they can't stop the box like they normally would. Because you have to respect his game, you have to respect AJ's game, and I'm telling you, that would be great for Derrick Henry. The pocket will be lighter, and he just uses power. So I'm definitely keeping Derrick Henry in the first if that happens. So you guys should I'm letting you guys know. You're the first to know. If that happened, Derrick Henry's on my squad.
What pick would you be losing anyways? What round?
First.
Oh, all right. That's good. Still a good round.
Yeah. So
if Julio doesn't,
that's the only. Yeah, if Julio doesn't go, Derrick Henry's not being kept. But if Julio does, I'm definitely keeping Derrick Henry. Just giving you the heads up. But last but not least, in the news, the Washington Post reported that running back Antonio Gibson is still nursing his toe injury. He has a turf toe that he missed a couple of games at the end of last season. Does this affect you guys? I mean, granted, we still have time before the season started, but it's been a while since the season ended. You know what I mean? And you're still having issues with your turf toe. Does that affect your draft stock on Antonio Gibson if you draft him?
Go ahead.
It doesn't to me. I think you still go after him, but you keep his you lock down his backup just in case that he gets injured. At least you got his backup. I think Antonio Gibson is still that guy you have to go after. He's still the lone running back out there. Even if he gives you 2, 3, 4 games, you're gonna get massive points with those 4 or 5 games. But lock his backup running back.
What about you, PJ?
You love to do stuff like that. You already how you go into the draft worrying about getting the backup and doing all that.
No, I'm just saying if I'm going after Antonio Gibson, right? Because me.
I think he's looking at the upside. He's only looking at the upside. He's not looking at the downside. He's a
We've
half
done
cup.
it years past, and that doesn't work by drafting guys who are
But
injured
what
and,
I'm saying is
in
that
later rounds.
I'm looking
He
at.
always does that.
I always
Yeah,
do
he
And
that.
always
what's
does
going to
that.
happen? You know, I'll tell you exactly what's going to
Why
happen.
would you take an injured product when you can get the fresh? It's
There
like you're
is
going
no
to
fresh
grocery
guys
store
out there. What are you
and take
talking
out
about?
things that's not
Words.
right.
Think about his
No
injury.
fresh guys out there, bro.
See, I'm with PJ on this one. Think about his injury. It's a turf toe injury, right? A toe issue. And how long ago did the season end?
And he hasn't even started training yet.
Yeah, and he's still having. See, this is what you do, man. Anytime somebody's suspended or injured, you always draft these players and hope that they come back. And you were like, oh my God, when they come back,
Let me-
it'll be fire. And you know what happened? The fire is at the end of the season when you can't do crap.
When you can't
already
do
got the
nothing with
L's.
it.
If you
When you already got
if
the
you get
L's.
him, what I'm saying is this: if you get him, if you go after him, because people are still going to go after him, be sure to lock down that backup running back. Because no matter how you see it, if you get him in the first, or you get him in the second, or you get him in the third, you better lock that backup.
I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I'm high before this went that. I was high on Gibson. I'm talking like that's because I'm keeping
Second round type deal.
Yeah, he was going to be my second round.
Yeah.
But he is, unless he comes out and we're here in training camp that he is on fire.
But you're still going to be in that same position, though. You're still going to be in that same position, even if they come back and say
No,
he's
I'm not.
good.
If
they say he's good, if they come back and say he's good, you're taking him in the second round.
But
if they come back,
hold on.
And they're saying that he looks good and all that, then it's a different story.
But that's what I'm saying.
The way
what I'm saying is that if you pick him up in that second or that third round, still lock up his backup running back. I'm not saying I'm going after him. That's what I meant by that.
They're saying that he might not even be available for start of the
Dude, when was the last time Washington played?
If he's not available in the start of the season, I'm not going to touch him like that. That's what I'm saying. If he's available in the start of the season, I'm going to lock down that second running back.
You're still going to touch him.
Yeah.
Bro, think about it. When the season ended back in February, last time Washington played was January. We're in June.
Exactly.
I agree with you.
And it's still affecting him.
No football.
In 2 months, he's like in the heart of training camp, bro.
Yeah.
And this is the thing. You're saying you're going to draft the backup and all that stuff. It's great, but guess what you can't do when in fantasy? Once the games start, you can't switch him. And if that toe acts up in the middle of the game, he's out. I don't want to go week to week. I don't want to go week to week. Oh, he's on the injury report, but he's going to give it a go.
But that doesn't mean I'm picking him up in the second round as a second pick, bro.
Let me say,
if he falls down because he has an injury, if he has a toe injury, he's still going to slip in the draft automatically. If he slips in the draft, you're trying to tell me that if Antonio Gibson is available in the 5th round, you're not touching him?
I'm not touching. Let me say something, and I'm gonna end this segment on.
Yeah, we're gonna end it. Yeah, we're gonna end the news and go on.
The last known player, really good player that had a turf toe was Devontae Adams, right?
Yeah.
How did that year work out?
One of the worst. Exactly. So think about it.
And I think that's the year I had him too.
Yes, that was the year that you drafted him. You kept him first. I think you drafted him first or something. But
I think you kept him. That was the year you came into the league.
Yeah, that's the year you took over the team and you kept him. You kept him, and it was
got it like the second game.
Yeah, you were like, never again. You will never.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, that turf toe injury is not something to play with, bro. And the thing about the NFL is once you set your lineup, they will give it a go. Yeah. That's the thing. They will give it a go, and then what happened? You're done. You see 1 point, 2 points, 3 points from your anchor of your team, one of your anchor of your team, like nothing. I don't want to have to worry about that. I'm telling you right up. So
I don't want to. Yeah.
What I'm going to be doing is watching him. I'm going to be checking reports on Antonio Gibson all the way up until our draft. If he's missing days, I don't want it. I don't want to deal with it.
Let me ask you this question. Obviously, running backs right now, they're scarce, right? There's no running backs out there.
Right.
We're going into a 17 weeks season now, right? Do you draft the backup or you try to lock in more running backs?
It depends on who my primary running back, my running back 1, 2, and 3 are.
Bro, there's enough
let's
running
say
backs out there. You get in how you fit in, bro. There's enough running
Yeah.
backs out there. There's enough for you if you draft right. Like
If
there's
you draft
enough for
right.
you. There is enough for you if you draft right. There's not enough for
exactly,
everybody.
exactly. It's enough if you draft right.
That's what I'm saying. So would you, like say for instance, you're going Derrick
I'm
Henry.
not.
Let's say you go Derrick Henry first round, second, third, and fourth. Are you going running back, or are you going to go third, fourth running back? Excuse me, second and third running back, and then probably try to get like a backup in the fifth or sixth round? Or are you saying, hey, listen, I'm going to get one of those the backup to the guys that I have?
There's gonna be running backs in the second round that's gonna get the lion's share of the carries. I'm not gonna mention their names. You should know who they are.
Yeah.
That in
Right.
that Antonio in and Gibson's same what do you call that? They're right next to him in
Yeah,
ranking.
Same tier. Same tier.
Tier.
Same tier. Right. Same tier.
So that's that's who you should be teeing up at that time.
Yeah. For me, man, if I get like 2 or 3 good running backs in the first 4 rounds, and then based on who is available, I go some wide receiver tight end, whatever it is. If I see the backup to my guy, and I have like a Derrick Henry, say for instance, like I kept Derrick Henry, and I'm in like round 8, 9, 10, and I see the backup, I may get the backup just in case, but and I may not, because if I see the backup in 8, 9, 10, and then I see somebody that's going to have an impact on a team, I probably go that route. You know what I mean? And get that. If I see a Sanders down there, I probably let me take a chance on Sanders and hold him, because you know what I mean. So it all depends on what it is. I'm not going to go just because I have Derrick Henry. I'm going to be like, all right, I'm looking to draft the backup soon. No, I'm not. Nah, I'm not doing that.
Man,
all right, man, let's go.
Well, we got AFC East Division, man. We got first quarter. We want to talk about how the Buffalo Bills did, Dolphins did, New England, and obviously the Jets, which I think Paul is going for this year, is the Jets.
That's his team this year, right?
Yeah. But Buffalo had.
You guys must be implying that Jets gonna do better than the Dolphins, huh?
No. You just like to pick those players, those teams, bro. Buffalo went 13-3, Dolphins went 10-6, New England went 7-9, and Jets went 2-14 for this season. For last season,
Right.
What did you think they did bad last year? What was it that you would hope that they change?
Who for the Jets, or what team? For any of them?
For any of them.
Jets did what they needed to do this year. They fired that coach.
Well, they didn't do it well. But
I felt like they should have fired him prior to this season, right?
Yeah.
I felt like that should have been done, but I'm sorry, prior to last season. But I think Jets have done a great job in the draft, in the offseason, and they're building. It's a rebuilding team. So I'm not expecting them to like bump everybody. I think they're still going to finish as a 4 team in that division. But you can see where they have some building blocks. They have a new quarterback. They got some, they have a nice running back core now. And now you have some wide receivers and so forth. So I'm expecting the Jets to, have some improvement this year. Last year, I think it was all coaching. And Le'Veon Bell tweeted out the other day, it's like, yay, when you call them the same play over and over again, you know what I mean? Of course, the defense is going to know what you're going to play. Yeah. And it was the same thing when he coached the Dolphins too. It's like I can anticipate what he's going to do. The slants, the running back should just go ahead and dive, and it's just the dude just couldn't coach. Yeah. So I blame the Jets. I blame the Jets record mostly on their coaching, and the weapons that they had. New England, on the other hand, went ahead and changed their dynamic. They still have Cam Newton as the quarterback right now, but they did draft a quarterback. So, but last year, Cam wasn't ready. Looking at the team, I don't think Cam was ready, or maybe he didn't know the playbook because of the COVID or whatever. But Cam did not look like Cam, and I solely blame their demise on Cam. They didn't perform as a result of Cam. The Dolphins, from my perspective, it was, even though they have 10-6 wins, kudos to Fitzpatrick. They wanted to see what Tua had. If they had left Fitzpatrick in throughout the season, their record, they would have been in the playoff. Their record would have been a lot better. But they wanted, because they had the high draft picks, especially the pick from Houston. they wanted to see what they had. They wanted to know if Tua is it or not. So they went ahead and forced Tua in. Tua came out and said, "Hey, I know the playbook, but I didn't feel comfortable with the playbook. He's still nursing his injury and all that stuff. He's saying all the right things." Buffalo Bills surprised me. I knew Josh Allen was coming out blazing, but I didn't expect them to, play how they did. That's not their MO. Like if you watch the Buffalo Bills, passing was never their MO. So I'm with Diggs getting there, it changed. And kudos to them, man. They performed well. Now, they had a lot of fantasy weapons, a lot of fantasy assets on that team. And I expect them to be around the same this year. I think they're going to be the top of the division. But I don't see much. I don't see much that they need improvement. They do need a tight end, though. They do need a tight end to help them out in the red zone and so forth. Especially because Diggs can sprint, Diggs can stretch the field and all that stuff. He's not a great red zone. You know what I mean? When you're close yardage to the red zone, and he's not like a player that you can look for. He's not big enough. He's not tall enough. He can't body people out, you know what I mean, box people out just to get those balls. You need like somebody like, Hurts that has a bigger body than him and so forth. So, yeah.
Pete, what did you think about last season with this division, and what do you think they needed to work on last year and they didn't?
Something with Buffalo, I like Ren said, they were very surprising. I want to say that there's anything that they needed to work on and they didn't. They were there. They were there. They were 13-3. They were a Super Bowl contending team. I think that you'll see a very similar replica here. I think I think they were definitely Dolphins. Dolphins have
You're kind of low. Yeah, you're kind of low.
They have the best secondary in football.
Mm-hmm.
So the Dolphins needed to work on, the whole quarterback situation, with Tua and Fitzpatrick, swapping and who's playing and this and the third, and, the wide receiver situation, Preston Williams going down. It offensively, they had a lot of issues. Their highlight was also Gaskin. Miles Gaskin was probably the best part of their offense last year, the most consistent. New England, Cam Newton was arguably an answer. He's a starting quarterback again. It looks like going in. I think he's the best one.
They're going to be competing, and that's what the coaching staff is saying, and I think that's where the disadvantage is for Cam Newton, because Mac Jones is literally the prototype of the New England Patriots. There is no running for him. There's literally pocket passer guy, and Cam is not that guy.
I don't think in camp he's going to look better than Cam. That's the thing. Because I remember this guy, he fell to
New England.
To New England. No one really wanted him. I don't think he's really ever going to pan out to be a starter in the NFL.
I don't think so either.
They improve, a little bit with their getting the tight ends and stuff like that. But I think you're going to see the way we have them listed here: Buffalo Bills, Miami Dolphins, New England Patriots, and the Jets. I think that's how they're going to finish in that same order. The Jets is building. They had a good offseason, as far as getting in the draft and stuff like that. But I'm not confident in New England. I think Miami has a lot of upside with the Tua and Will Fuller and the guys that they
drafted,
and stuff like that. So they have the best ceiling, and then I think Buffalo is there.
Yeah, I agree with you in the same order.
And Sanders is a huge pickup for them.
Yeah, I agree with that.
All right, let's go into the second quarter, man. Let's talk about in depth with Buffalo Bills. We know what they drafted. They went defensive end with Greg Rose from the University of Miami. Then they went defensive end again. Offensive tackle they worked on. Got a wide receiver, safety, corner, and guards. They also brought up one of their Matt Breida that Miami Dolphins had as a free agency into the running back core. Did you feel just that the additions that they had, did they improve for this year because right now Buffalo is on mode of playoff Super Bowl championship mode right now.
Yeah,
Did
they
this improve? And also I think the other main pickup wide receiver they picked up a wide
Sanders.
receiver Sanders, right? Emmanuel Sanders.
Madison.
So
Yeah, I think defensively that was their weakness last year. Like Len said, they're normally known to have over the years a really good defensive team, and not be so have a much of an offensive power,
Right.
throughout the years. But it was the opposite that we saw this year, right? So a lot of offensive power and not a great defense. And when you think about it, sometimes, man, like you're a great what how do you say it? Your if your offense is really good, your defense will follow along.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like there's a saying to it, I can't remember it now, where yeah. So I think that them improving and drafting those edges, drafting the safety and the cornerback, I think they're going to make another step and possibly, in the future.
For me, man, all right. Yes, I think they're going to win the division, no doubt. On offense, I think they're one-dimensional, though. And I think they need to get that run game down. If they don't get that run game, they won't get to the promised land. And you see what I'm saying? Because a team can plan for them. A team can go ahead and take Diggs out. Beasley. Like, that team will take their pass catchers out, and then they don't have a run game. So if the run game doesn't improve this season, they're right back where they are. You know what I mean? They need the run game to gel with that passing game. They need either Moss or Singletary to show up this season, especially Moss. I think he's going to show up, but I think Moss need to show up this season for them to be super successful, to make that run in the playoff, to make that impact in the playoff, because they're one-dimensional. They didn't have a run game last year. And when it got to the playoff, when you really need that run game, people, they took them out because of that. Because if you were watching fantasy, if you're looking at it fantasy wise, there were games where like the first half, Diggs weren't really doing anything. They kind of took him out of the game. Right. And if you don't have that run game to have the linebacker moving up, the safeties moving, that's what's going to happen. So I think they need to go ahead and focus on that run game on the offensive side. They already have the weapons as a wide receiver. They already have the quarterback. They already have a good line. The run game is where they need to improve for me.
I can say it much. That's the same thing I feel like. It's always been that run game. Even last year, that was tough to watch. They were explosive, but when it came down to getting into the playoffs, they were stuck. They couldn't do anything.
They couldn't do anything, right, because of the run game.
It's a whole different level, once you get into that playoff. So no matter how many games they win this year, unless that run game is on point, and even in the beginning, before the draft, coaches have already talked about, hey, we need another running back, an explosive running back. And I swear I thought they were either going after Etienne or Harris, and by that time he was already gone. So they got a running back.
But maybe so. What I think is a similar situation that was happening with Baltimore last year. The running backs are not getting the volume. I think Singletary is more of a specialty back and a pass catching back. And Zach Moss needs to be, that
in between the tackle guy,
and that your main runner.
So you said if he gets more carries, then the running game will come out.
Yeah, I think he needs to get more carries.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That's where the problem is too, because they're not a running team at all. Even if you give them more carries, it's going to take away from the pass.
But you'll keep the defense guessing.
True. Right, that's the thing. And if you're one dimensional, they're going to go ahead and just get some corners. Like, when they face Miami just keep the corners on them.
Just keep the corner. But I think that's where the issue is at, because you got Diggs that, was in Minnesota and had that same problem with a running team that he needed the ball more. So once you start giving the ball to more carries to the running back, then you got your wide receiver that's going to get upset because he needs the ball in his hands.
You can't build a team just because of one player.
I understand, but Minnesota traded him. So there's going to be another scenario there.
Why they get away with it a lot, and it's they get away with not having much of running, is because Josh Allen
run a little.
He runs a little, and then he has a good arm.
Yep.
Yes.
So it's not like Lamar Jackson, where Lamar Jackson doesn't have a good arm, and
he's running all day.
Yeah. So because Josh Allen has a good arm and he runs when he's supposed to, you get away with not being able to really use your running backs and having that run game. But I think with film, the teams are going to catch up with this.
I agree.
What do you think about the fantasy outlook, man? You obviously have Josh Allen, Matt Breeder's out there, Zach Moss, Devin Singletary, Austin Knox. Of course, you got Beasley, Gabriel Davis, Diggs, Emmanuel Sanders out there.
All right, for me, man, obviously Josh Allen is Josh Allen. I don't need to go. I think Josh Allen is probably the top 3 quarterback right now, fantasy-wise. Matt Breida, he's not draftable for me. He's not somebody I'm looking at, not somebody that I would even consider drafting. So he's not going to be on any squad that I own.
We get it.
Got you, man. You don't have to. You have to keep going.
Zach Moss, I'm intrigued by Zach Moss, man. Right now, he's ranked as he's going like 100, 90 to 100 overall. And he's ranked as the number 32 running back, so a running back 3.
Yeah.
But if he shows some improvement, again, he really didn't get an off season last year, right? He got drafted. There was because of COVID, he really didn't get an off season. He may show some flashes this year. I don't know. I'm curious to see what he can do. As far as Singletary is just a specialty back, a third down player. And you put him in the game, Allen is still not going to pass him the ball. He's going to pass down the field. Yep. So Singletary, I'll just draft Singletary as a backup up from Moss. You know what I mean? It's not necessary. And Singletary is going to go late rounds for me, like super late round. He's going off the board as the number... Let's see. Singletary's number 44 running back, and that's just because of the scarcity of at running back to me. It doesn't, he doesn't seem like he will improve a team or anything like that. He's just going to be warming a bench, like a fantasy bench, the entire season. Man, I was curious to see what Gabriel is going to do. But when I saw them draft Emmanuel Sanders, I was like, man, that was devastating. And obviously, Diggs is probably top 5 wide receiver coming into the season. Yeah.
Zach Moss is the intriguing guy for sure. He's someone I'm looking at in those sleeper later rounds as well.
Yeah.
I think he could be a surprise to everyone this season.
Yeah, I think so too. He's somebody I'll take a flyer on, like 7th, 8th round.
I hope so. Ooh. You think he's going to last till 7th, 8th round?
Yes.
Yeah,
possibly.
I think he's going to last 7th, 8th round.
What about your boy Knox?
Hey, ain't nobody there to compete with him. You know what I mean? But at the same time, like
he's not going to get a volume.
He's not going to get the volume. For some, Allen doesn't focus on the tight ends. So you have to look at the game.
He's looking for the big plays. He's looking for the big plays. And that's where you're going to have.
He's looking for the big plays. He's going to.
And Diggs.
Exactly. So right there, it's not somebody that I'm featuring. He won't even be my tight end too.
Where would you draft Josh Allen?
Me?
Yeah. No. I'm sorry. No. I'm sorry. Paul, where would you draft Josh Allen? Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, because you're not drafting no quarterback.
You're not gonna. Yeah. I can tell you where you should be looking at Josh Allen. I know, but where I would be looking at Josh Allen, he won't be there.
Yeah. Because he's looking at Josh Allen like round 14. Where Josh?
Nah,
if you're asking PPR or an NFF?
Both.
Just PPR, just on a general basis. We're not talking about our leagues. On a general basis, where do you think Josh Allen should go?
Should go?
Yeah.
Should?
I
would say 5th or 6th round.
5th round.
I agree with that. 5th or 6th round. That's exactly right.
But in NFF,
average is the 6th round. Right now.
Yeah, in NFF,
4th round.
4th round.
Yeah.
Easy, yeah.
Easy. And that's a lot of quarterbacks that we looked at as far as like Dak Prescott, him, Lamar Jackson. The only
I think he may
person
be
that's
kept
going early is
I think he's going to be kept.
Yeah, Josh Allen's kept.
Yeah, I think Josh Allen's going to be kept.
The only player that's probably going to
because he got drafted like 9th or 10th last year.
I think it was 10th.
Yeah. 10th round. Imagine that. Yeah. Wonder who's going to be the 10th round quarterback this year.
You think you're going to have him?
I don't know. I'm going to try.
He's not gonna have to. He doesn't pick quarterbacks until round 13.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Cam. It's gonna be Cam and Ben.
Ben and those
Cam.
guys again.
Hey, it's all right, man. Ben was okay. Ben wasn't the problem on my team, bro.
You know what he's hoping for? He's hoping for Justin Fields to be available around that time. So
What's crazy? What's crazy? Like I reviewed my team, Ben or my tight end spot was not the problem on my team. The problem on my team is injuries. Injuries of the key players that are on my team. Like in Dynasty, when you have C-Max, Sutton, Chark.
Cam was a problem on your team, though.
No, I mean, I'll start Cam for one game.
No, bro. You were having
don't do that. Don't do that.
Between him and who to start at quarterback.
Yeah, bro.
No, I literally no. If you go back to the matchup in NFF, I only started Cam for 2 games out of the entire season.
I remember one time you were debating on that, and Daniel Jones was out.
That game that I was like, all right, because this thing is, Cam performed the week before, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna gamble on him, and I'll gamble him, but I only started him in 2 games.
Yeah, but you gambled on him, and then he lost.
And he sucked. He sucked.
And I remember one week you were like, yo, let me go. Nah, I'm going to pick up Daniel Jones. And you were like, nah, I'm going to start Cam.
I'm going to start Cam, man. And
Cam,
God damn.
Cam had like 0. That was the week Daniel Jones had like 40 points.
Cam was disappointing, man.
All right, so let's go to P's favorite team, man, in the second quarter, man. Let's go Miami Dolphins, right? P, Miami Dolphins, man. Obviously, you hate the Dolphins, right? It's in your bloodline. I don't know why. What's wrong with you? But you hate the Dolphins, right? But Dolphins went 10-6 last season, right? Obviously, they improved from the Adam Gase situation. They improved from the year before as far as, what they were saying, tanking for Tua, whatever the case is. As far as last year, I know they were shared quarterbacks right there. You had a 2-quarterback system there. What do you think the improvements that they did this year, the additions that they did this year with drafting Jalen Waddle? We had our talks about Jalen Waddle being drafted over offensive tackle Sewell and other receivers that we felt like.
Devontae Graham.
Yeah, Devontae Smith.
Devontae Smith, yeah.
Their draft pick was Jalen Waddle, Jalen Phillips, Javon, the safety, Liam, offensive tackle, Hunter Long, tight end, running back and a tackle. Do you feel like they improved this year? And in your honest opinion, not that hatred that you have in your blood, but in your honest opinion.
Funny enough, like listen, it's no. Hold on, let's get it right. I'm the only one that can give a fair analysis on it.
Really?
Yeah.
How's that?
Because your bias is God knows what. And I actually want to say something. One thing about Ren as a fan, he is honest about his Dolphins. Like he speaks the truth.
And I'm not honest.
No, you're not honest. You find it and make it right. You found showed us why Waddle was the perfect pick. At the number 6?
Hold on.
I don't want to hear.
I broke down. First of all, I was the one that broke down Pitt's situation. Then y'all came on board on that. I broke down Waddle's situation. You agreed on it. He didn't agree on it. And then a week later, he was like, yeah, you were right. What you talking about?
Well, listen.
If you don't pick Waddle at that particular time, you're not getting Waddle with any other receiver.
No. Let's back up.
Oh, we want to back?
Yeah, we're going to go back. Because I listen.
PJ was there, bro. PJ was there.
No. What I said is I accept Waddle, right? I accept Waddle because what? Tua and Waddle play.
Oh, not that week. That week when he got drafted, you said
that week I was mad.
You were big mad.
Oh, I was super mad. Like the night of the draft, y'all already know. Y'all called me.
And me and PJ was the only one was like, yo, Waddle, it's a good pick.
I wanted Smith. I'm not scared to say that. But I digress because I thought about it. And I was like, all right, if you have a quarterback that you used to play with, and if I'm a GM for the Dolphins, why wouldn't I go to that quarterback? I was like, yo, out of these 2 players, which do you prefer? Which is better in your eyes? Let me get your opinion.
Yeah.
And I thought about that. And I was like, you had the choice of both of them. Remember, the Dolphin had the choice of picking either one. And they chose Waddle. And I was like, hey, they chose Waddle for a reason. Not necessarily, there's something about Waddle I don't know, but to help Tua, maybe Tua has input. I don't care what anybody say. Tua had input in that.
Yeah, but also Waddle was better than Smith.
I don't know. I don't know. That's to be determined. That's to be determined.
And the last one I told you was about what Smith stated, in his interview, that he felt that Mac Jones was a better quarterback than Tua. Right when he said that, it was just like, there's no way that they were going to bring Smith into the Dolphins.
Into that organization. Yeah, I agree with that.
But Pete, tell me, since you have a non-biased scenario here, tell us, how do you feel about the improvements that the Dolphins did this year? Because you definitely didn't like the improvements they did last year draft.
So, the Dolphins, right? This is my thing about the Dolphins, and I'm not going to say it's based on the players that they just picked up. The thing about the Dolphins is that I don't know what their offensive MO is. I don't know what their offensive what type of team they're going to be offensively. That is the thing, and that's what worries me. Are they going to be a passing team? Or are they going to be a running team? What is going to be their offensive MO? I think their identity. I think that has to be figured out. When you look at the team, their strongest point is their defense and their secondary. So I know what I'm going to get there. You guys, you picked up Waddle. You have Devontae Parker. You have Will Fuller. You have Gesicki. Wilson was good. So you look like you're a passing team, but are you going to come out there and throw the football often like you're a passing team? That's the thing with the Dolphins. So,
see, my thing is that with that, I don't think they're either one of them. I think they're a managing football team. They're going to manage the game.
Managing football teams don't win many games.
That's incorrect. You know who's a managing football team that won the games? The New England Patriots. They manage the football. No. But you got to understand, he comes from that organization, and that's the team that he's building. A managing team. He's managing the offense. Even with the games that we saw last year, and we watched it, and there was no, unless Gaskins went off, and it wasn't even in the running game that Gaskins went off. He did well in the running game. It was the catching that he went off on, right? That team is going to be passing the ball, and then they're going to be running the ball. Passing the ball, running the ball, passing the ball. It's not going to be anything higher. It's going to be 50-50 on both sides.
I think you see a transition every sport. And I think that the era of the Patriots and their style of play, I think football has evolved to that era. We're seeing teams that are high-powered teams. Teams that are going to the Super Bowl that are contending are high-powered offense. Hence your Patrick Mahomes. Hence the team that we were just talking about, your Buffalo Bills team. Hence the Tampa Bay team the other day. But they also have a high-powered defense as well. So you have to have a punch in offense, because at the end of the day, we've seen a football. Look at Jacksonville defense a couple years ago.
Right.
Your defense could be really good and stacked, but if you're not scoring points at the other end, it
doesn't make sense.
It doesn't matter.
But the quarterback issue in Jacksonville, I get you. There was a quarterback issue in Jacksonville.
Kansas City doesn't have a good defense, but the fact that you're putting points on the board is what makes their defense look somewhat, because their defense can rest, and then your team now got to come out and be more aggressive than they want to be. You understand what I'm saying? That will lead to turnovers, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I get your point, but I think that style of football, we're seeing a transition. We're seeing heavy offensive teams, and hence maybe why you got to ask yourself, why does Seattle want to get Julio so bad when you have Metcalf and Tyler Lockett? You would think that, let me focus out and work on my defense, but they're firing up their offense. Dallas Cowboys, powerful offense.
Yeah.
So
defense is horrible.
Defense. So a lot of these teams are transitioning to that. It's just like we see with the NBA, where we were just talking before the show. A lot of the teams want to shoot the basketball. So I think you're seeing a transition in football, and that managing and that balance. If you could do it well, like how Tampa does it, they have a high-powered offense, but they have a really really strong defense. Right. High-powered defense, you could get it done. Hence, we think that Washington should win a lot of games. They look like they have a high-powered offense, and their defense is legit. So
Hmm.
that's what I'm saying with the Dolphins. I have to see Tua come out and be that guy that we all thought he would be. You add
Yeah.
offensive weapons around him. Will Fuller needs to prove himself. Parker needs to prove himself. So I want to see some points put up on the board for the Dolphins.
I think they did it. I think with the additions that they did, because you brought up Fuller and Parker, I think it relieves a lot of that stress with Parker. Because Parker's not a number one guy, right? He's not the number one receiver. Parker's more of a number two. He needs other people around him for him to explode, right?
Not necessarily, man. Look at 2019. Parker was ranked as one of the top wide receivers for fantasy in the league, which is why his draft stock went up, and which is why he could come out in the offseason and talk crap to Thomas.
Why he talked crap to Thomas.
But
Yeah,
but the reason why that all happened is because of Fitzpatrick, right?
Right.
Like somebody that's pass happy. So I agree with PJ. Like I reserve my opinion on Tua. After thinking about it, seeing what he went through prior to last season with the hip surgery and all that stuff. People don't come back from that kind of an injury that he sustained, and he came back. Obviously, you're going to have some fear in you when you're playing the game. He confesses that he didn't know the playbook, so he didn't feel, even though he know a play won't work, he didn't feel good or comfortable enough to audible the play and do all that stuff. So I reserve my opinion on Tua. I want to see what Tua does. Even as a Dolphin fan, I want to see what Tua does. He has weapons around him. Preston Williams can't stay on the field, and I really wanted. I was really pulling for that dude because that dude show flashes, and when he can go up and get that ball. So now that we have Will Fuller, if he can stay healthy, he will be impactful. We have a familiar wide receiver in Waddle, right? He knows Waddle ins and out. He knows Waddle timing and everything. They played together back in college, and you have Devontae Parker too. So we have decent wide receiver core. We have depth too at wide receiver. You know what I mean? So with Grant and all that. So that's what I'm saying. So I want to see what they do. And if they, as PJ say, if they come out as a force on offense, the defense will do what they need to do, and the Dolphins can be successful.
If you remember the game that we watched last year together, Ren, against Kansas City, they turned over Holmes a lot.
Yeah,
but
that's
what a great
Dude.
Exactly. Like Dolphins has a great deep. I'll never forget the catch, the pick that Xavier Howard.
Xavier did.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Tyreek Hill.
Exactly. But we know they have a formidable, really good defense. To me, I think they have the best secondary in football. But is the offense going to come out and score? That's the thing.
Give the defense the rest that they need.
Yeah.
Give the defense the rest that they need, because
and you have the weapons, like Ren said, to get it done. So we'll see.
We'll see what it's. Everything.
It's a prove year for the
now,
offense for me, man.
Everything falls on Tua's shoulder, and I hope he understands the pressure that he's under.
Let me ask you
Everything falls on Tua's
and I'm going to throw this up in the air because I read an article on this. In your opinions, PJ, I'm going to ask you first. Right? Same question. Want to know your answers. If by week one, let's say not week one, let's say July, right? Middle of July comes in. Watson has all these issues resolved. Just a question, because it's out there. If Watson was available, would you make that trade? With everything happening right now?
How many games in are we? You said by when?
Before
July.
the season starts.
Before the season. And say before the season, Watson gets the thing out. He's going to be up in that market, right? Do you believe?
But what would you be trading at that point? You're going to have to.
Let's just say it's picks. Let's say it's future picks. Picks.
I'm a Will type of.
It's always going to be Tua is going to be involved in that trade, but let's say it's future picks.
If I'm a owner of an organization, I'm going to chase whales. That's what I believe in. So I'm going to say make that trade and get the proven guy that we know it could do it. As long as you're not, I wouldn't touch the defense whatsoever to get it done. So if it's picks and Tua, I'm doing it all day. I'm not even going to think about it because I'm a Watson fan. You surround Watson. You're giving him Fuller. Remember, him and Fuller they were
has that relationship.
Exactly. He has Devontae Parker. He has weapons. He has more weapons.
He will have more weapons than he had, and then you have a better line.
You have a
better defense. That defense is sick.
So you would
So
agree. You would agree, Ren, on
yeah, no, I would agree that to trade Tua, but I'm right there where PJ is. It depends on what
what
we're
you're
doing.
yeah.
I'm not. Matter of fact,
Because I remember
let me
before
say, let
they
me
were
say.
asking for Howard.
So as PJ said, nothing on the defense is getting touched. You hear me?
Yeah,
Matter of
nothing on the
fact, let's go be specific. Nothing in the secondary is getting touched. Okay, so if nothing there is getting touched and it's just Tua and future picks, like a Tua and a 2022 first rounder, second rounder, third, I don't give a shit how many picks. Yes, I'll do it. But the moment you start talking about, hey, I'll take Tua and Xavier and
Yeah, that's
and
what
two and two first round. No, no.
To be honest with you,
no.
at this point, even if he's going to be on the trading block. Watson's going to be on the trading block. But at this point, I don't think they can even ask for a lot, no matter who
But it sounds like I don't know some positive. Some positive news came out. He may not be suspended because they're really having. I don't.
Yeah.
Listen, it's all speculation, so you never know, man. He may play this season, but the NFL may just wanna because of the story. The NFL may just do something. You know what I mean? That's what they do. Just like they just do something without understanding anything. Like that's one thing I don't like about the NFL. They react without understanding.
Yeah.
And the main. I'm gonna tell you the main person, Kaepernick.
Yeah.
They reacted without understanding.
And then they
got a black eye. Like they look like shit afterwards. Yeah. Pardon the words. Like my choice of words.
Let me say this before we move on about the Dolphins. I really want to see Tua get a fair shot, though.
Me too, man.
I think he deserves that.
I think they should just drown the noise and just go ahead and focus on the team and just go.
Focus on the team, and you gave him Waddle. You built the team around him. Give the guy a shot, man. You drafted a guy. You threw him in. He hasn't gotten a fair shot yet. Give him a fair shot.
I feel you, and I want him to have a fair
You
shot.
can't.
But at the
You
end
know
of the
what
day,
I like?
if I see a, I mean, not Aaron Rodgers. If it was Aaron Rodgers that's 25 years old, right, and I see that coming up in front of me, it's something to think about. Just like you were saying,
Right.
it's really something to think about. But
So let me ask you a question, and I'm just playing devil's advocate here. If, say, for instance, you are a Bills fan, right, and Texas say, hey, I give you Watson, and you give me Josh Allen and future picks. Would you do that trade?
No.
Okay. You see how funny that is? That's Josh Allen third year that we are so high on. The first 2 years, I promise you would have gotten rid of, like the Bills would have gotten rid of him and nobody would have blinked an eye.
I think the reason why.
What are you talking about? No.
Here's the reason why. Because I think you see the first year, hell yeah. Josh Allen was horrible the first year.
The second year we saw.
He was sucked too.
No. The second year you saw stuff. You saw flashes
yeah.
of it. If I'm
You
looking
saw
at
him.
But if I'm
You
looking at Watson,
listen.
if I look at Watson, I saw Watson for the last 3 to 4 years, and I'm comparing to Tua's last year or Tua's first year, and I'm gonna be like, yo, I'd rather get Watson, bro.
Bro, 2019.
He's young, and he's young.
Wait. Yeah. 2019. Look at Josh Allen.
Dude.
You would have not, dude. There's a reason Josh Allen went 10th. The only reason Josh Allen went 10th is because they had Stefon Diggs. If Stefon Diggs wasn't on that squad, Josh Allen is like 15, 16 in fantasy football. Josh Allen sucked. He was just a runner.
He wasn't. He
didn't
suck.
Suck,
I wouldn't
bro.
say he sucked, bro.
Yo, I can name 50 quarterback in 2019. Look in 2019 and see what he ranked.
Say he sucked.
He did not suck in 2000. He sucked in 2018, not 19, bro.
Where did Josh Allen finish in 2008?
But listen, let's go back. As far as fantasy-wise for the Dolphins, you got Tua, Salvin Ahmed, Myles Gaskins, Gesicki, Will Fuller, Devontae Parker, Jalen, Preston, Albert Wilson is out there, and also obviously the Dolphins' defense, right? As far as Tua, are you looking to draft him? Waddle, when would you draft him? Obviously, the big name right now is Myles Gaskins, especially in Dynasty League right now.
Dynasty League, yeah.
Like, where would you draft these guys if you would draft these guys on your squad?
The only short thing right now is Gaskins. Um, Gaskins is the highest player coming off the board from a fantasy standpoint. Um, Probably after that, man, I don't know. I don't know who is going to be the number one between Parker, Waddle, and Fuller. I don't know.
Yeah,
And
yeah. I
we
don't
don't
know.
know
I don't
what the
know.
offense is going to.
Right. I don't know who he's gonna feature the most. But as far as draft capital for those guys, those wide receivers, I'm taking them in the mid round, single numbers. There is
Like 8, 7, 8, and 9, somewhere
nine,
around
yeah,
there.
somewhere around there. I'm looking at those guys. Probably Waddle a little bit higher just because of the familiarity with Tua. I would draft Waddle first, Parker second, Fuller last. That's just me.
Okay.
That's my ranking. A lot of people have Fuller first, based on rankings that I'm looking at. They have Fuller first, Parker second, Waddle last. But the familiarity is what I'm looking at. Like, you know what I mean? Fuller is going right now. Fuller is going as a wide receiver 37, going in the 74th round, which is what, like, you know what I mean? That's like round 5, 6, 7, somewhere around there. So, yeah, Waddle is going, 90. You know what I mean? 95. Questionable to me. Like, and Parker is going 116. So, you know what I mean? Those are all later round guys for me. They're not like, they're middle of the fantasy draft, I would say, for me. All three of them. As far as Gaskins go, Gaskins is probably like a fourth round just because of the scarcity of running backs, for real. And the thing I like about the Dolphins, they don't play around. They don't rotate backs. If you look at Gaskins was it. You know what I mean? Yeah, Brady came in to relieve him. Great, and they will put what's his name that's now on the Philly? Is he on Philly? I don't even know where he is now. Yeah, they put him in the goal line, but Gaskins was really the only
Jordan Howard.
Yeah, Jordan Howard.
Oh, okay, yeah. Howard's that.
Yeah, Jordan Howard was nothing. Like none of these guys impacted the volume that Gaskins were getting. The only reason, is Gaskins coming out. Even Ahmad, even when when Gaskin went down and Ahmad was in, it was Ahmad's show. You know what I mean? It was Ahmad's show. And I remember listening to everybody. It was like, Ahmad, he's just a guy, blah, blah, blah. And then Ahmad came in and was like, yo, you better pick up Ahmad, blah, blah, blah. Like, you know what I mean? Because the Dolphin featured a running back. They believe in that one running back system. And there's only a few teams that believe in that. And so Gaskin should be high. Gaskin should be go third, fourth, to be honest with you. If they don't pick up anybody in the offseason, it's gonna be third, fourth for me for Gaskins.
All right, cool. Let's go to New England Patriots, PJ's favorite team, or at least when they were winning the championship. Yo, so I mean, with their new additions, they got Jonnu Smith, Hunter Henry, which is the biggest new additions. Nelson Aguilar, obviously, they got Mac Jones from the draft and multiple other players. Did they improve this year with just picking up Jonnu Smith and Hunter Henry? Do you think their team is going to be explosive just like they did years past?
Explosive, no. I don't think they're going to be explosive. I think they're going to. I mean, they have offense. I want to say it's firepower whatsoever. We have to look at who's throwing the ball, man. Cam Newton. To me, I'm going to say it's Cam over Matt Jones. And I'm not high on Cam, 30. If there's 30 quarterbacks in the NFL, he is between 25 and 30 at this point in his career.
Do you think he's done?
Yes.
You think he's done? So basically, you don't believe
he showed he's been done the last few years of football.
So you're saying right now, Cam is not fantasy worthy. Hunter Henry's not fantasy worthy. Jonnu Smith is not fantasy worthy right now.
Listen, Jonnu Smith, I would say, yeah. Hunter Henry, I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna scheme these two tight ends. They could be like a Gronk and what's his name, Aaron. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's gonna happen. But the one thing I would give New England props for, they're coached well. Because if you really think about the 2000, granted, their record sucked, right? But if you really think about New England last year, and you think about, I don't know if you guys watched the New England versus Kansas City game. That was checkers.
Yeah.
That game was checkers. Everybody thought like Kansas City was gonna tear them apart, and I'm telling you, in that first half, Kansas City couldn't do anything. But the sad thing is, Belichick didn't have any firepower. So they're coached well, and that's where I think they're gonna generate their wins. And that's where I would give them props now that Cam Newton have an off season with these wide receivers and tight ends and all that stuff. Mac Jones have an off season with all these players. I think they're going to improve from that perspective. You know what I mean? And the coaching perspective. So, but as far as fantasy, New England was never a team for fantasy. Never fantasy, because you never know who is going to perform.
Yeah.
You understand? Sony Michelle, God, I don't even know. Like, you know what I mean? Harris. Like Harris, Sony Michelle, like I don't even know. Like
who was the running back? White, White.
White, White.
White was a third down back, and Brady liked to dump it down and have him break tackles and go and do his thing. But really and truly, you weren't drafting White in your top 10. Like you know what I mean? You're looking at later rounds.
You weren't even putting White in there. You were looking at the type of team that he was playing in hopes that he had a good game if you put him in.
Exactly. So, like, New England backfield is a backfield that I'm avoiding. New England tight ends are tight ends that I'm avoiding. New England wide receivers are wide receivers that I'm avoiding. Like, because I have zero confidence. I don't know when to play them.
Yeah, nothing.
I don't know when to play them. And they may have a great record, but I just don't know when to play those players.
Hey, I got $20. He's going to get one of those tight ends.
I already have my tight end, man.
I got $20.
I already have my tight end that I'm featuring. No worries, man. He's going to be there. He's going to be way down there, but I already have the tight end.
Here's the other question, speaking of tight ends. In NFF, where do you guys see Pitts going? How early?
5th round.
Ask Charlo.
5th round, I think they're going to go.
Ask Charlo. Pitts won't.
Not me.
Pitts won't be on my team. Pitts won't be on my team.
He won't follow me.
Why he won't be on your team?
Huh?
He's not.
I'm not drafting a tight end in the first 5 rounds.
Yeah, he doesn't draft tight ends.
Matter of fact, the first 6 rounds. Like, I have to
believe. Listen, on our league, I truly believe he's just like CEH. Someone is gonna say like, "Yo, he's on an explosive offense. We gotta get him."
No.
Pick him early.
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I'm high on Pitts. With the Julio being gone, Pitts. It's gonna be the Pitts and Calvin Ridley show.
No, I know. I agree with you. I totally agree.
And who's the other one? There's another receiver out there in Atlanta.
Gage.
Gage.
Yeah, they're going to go crazy out there.
No. I agree with you. Those position just seem like I need impact players in those 6 positions for me. Like, we have 2 wide receiver, 2 running back, and 2 flex. I just need those players.
I feel you, but just like what P's going to say, Pitts is right now is just going to be he's a receiver playing tight end.
I know. I agree with you.
He literally would be your receiver for tight end.
I agree with you. But the thing
receivers out there. You're going to have like 5 receivers.
I agree with you. And Matt Ryan passes the ball a lot. But the one thing that Matt Ryan doesn't do when he gets in the red zone, look at Atlanta. Whenever they get in the red zone, there's one thing happening. They're running the ball. Yep. It's the backs that are getting the ball. Pitts is not getting it. And all that stuff. Yes, he'll give you yardage. He will give you all that stuff. But I just can't. I don't trust Atlanta in regards to that.
No, I agree with you.
That's just me.
I still like him. I think he's going to be gone by 5th.
No, I like the dude. I think the dude is phenomenal.
When you say he's going to be gone?
I think he's going to be gone by 5th. I think he's going to be gone. Honestly, I think he's probably going to be gone. Someone is pushing it. Because I think 5th is where, Kelsey's going to be gone already. Obviously, he's already being kept. Waller's being kept. Mark Andrews, I don't think he's being kept. And
Kittle.
Kittle's probably being kept, right?
Nah, nobody's keeping Kittle.
So Kittle's going to be available.
The past 2 years, Kittle haven't given you anything. And you guys are high on Kittle.
I think someone is going to go after Kittle first. They may even actually go after Pitts before they go after Kittle.
Tell me why. Like, we draft Kittle on potential every year, right? Every year. For the past... He did perform in 2018, 2019, somewhere around there. But other than that, like the last 2 years, the dude has been injured. I understand that dude has great potential, but he can't stay on the field. So why am I going to invest that high of a stock in him?
I wouldn't invest that high in a stock in him, but I would definitely get Kittle too. But you're looking at, hey, is Trey Lance going to beat out Garoppolo? And we all said Garoppolo sucks. And I don't see why Trey Lance wouldn't give up, beat out Garoppolo. And Trey Lance, if you look in, with team that he played for, South Dakota, before. He likes throwing the tight ends. He likes throwing deep balls, but he likes throwing the tight ends. And Kittle's a big guy.
No, Kittle is a big guy. Kittle is a
Kittle or Pitts, PJ.
Pitts.
Pitts for me too. If I have to choose, I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Third round, PJ.
Nah.
All right.
As much as I would want him in the third, I gotta see, man. I gotta see. This draft is going to be very difficult. I know where I'm planning on drafting. Pitts is very, what do you call it? Eye candy. Very easy.
Polarizing right now.
Very polarizing, yeah. Especially with the fact that they're letting go of all those targets. You know, they have to go somewhere on a pass heavy team. So
he's an interesting piece to go after.
Yeah.
Cool, Kittle. Pitts.
It's that could explode on you, or benefit you so much.
All right. Let me get out of my head for a second. Pitts, honestly, I think Pitts should be drafted in at least the 5th round. Personally, you know what I mean. I think Pitts should be drafted. He's like a 5th round draft stock to me. It's just my philosophy on how I draft.
Yeah,
that's all it is. It's not. It has nothing to do with the player.
Yeah, tight ends and quarterbacks at 13.
Yeah, it's just not. It's just I only can start one of them. So give me one. I'm fine. I like. So it's more.
I mean, you could start more than one of them. I mean, you could do a 2 tight end.
But that's not.
Yeah,
I would rather do.
Because I'm looking at if I look at
tight ends.
Receivers,
a lot of tight ends don't get the volume. You know what I mean?
It's the volume that you're looking at.
Yeah, I'm looking at the volume.
Because if you look at it in comparison to Pitts and Waller, I think Pitts is going to have, if we're assuming what's going to happen with the firepower and offensive weapon offense, that Matt Ryan is going to be throwing the ball a lot. He's going to look better than Waller.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to look better than Kittle. Right? He's definitely looking better than Mark Andrews. The only one that he really can consider competed against is really Kelsey at that point. And every other tight end just kind of falls underneath it. So, but I do like Pitt's ceiling because he is a wide receiver. He's Kelsey.
Right.
He's a wide receiver playing tight end.
All right, let's jump into the third, man. Because we are in the third right now, man. We got Jets, the last thing that we're going to talk about before we get into your favorite part of the day, which is Jets.
Yeah, Jets should be.
What my man say? Ain't nobody care.
Ain't nobody care about that, yo.
Ain't nobody care
about that, yo. I mean, as far as Jets, I mean, it seems like we're unanimous on the Jets being the last place in the division again, right? Picking up Zach Wilson from BYU.
Mm-hmm.
You got Corey Davis as a wide receiver free agency. They did get Elijah Moore added on there. Michael Carter from the draft. Do you see any benefit this year? You see them winning games? See them in the last place? See any? I mean, obviously they did definitely had more improvements as far as this year against with Gase, as far as pick goes. But do you see any improvements for this year?
I think go ahead.
I see improvement. What I see happening is that we're going to see a pair. I don't know which one it's going to be. I don't know if it's going to be Pardo or Moore. It's going to be an offensive player that I think we're going to see come out. That's going to have a lot of potential, and he's going to have a good year, and he's going to be a high pick next year. That's good.
I think it's going to be Michael Carter. You're looking at Salah coming from the 49ers, a defensive-minded coach, but also knows that, hey, you can get multiple great running backs and run the ball a lot, right? And I think he's going to take that San Francisco philosophy. So I see Michael Carter having a good running season this year.
Yeah.
And potentially being that guy.
I agree with you, man. The Jets is going to put up points this year. They're going to be competitive to an extent. The reason why I say that is if you really look at their offense, they have wide receivers now. Like last year, can you name their wide receivers? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mims and
Crowder.
That's it.
I mean, Mims is still there. I think they're going to get rid of Crowder.
Age.
You know what I'm saying? So because of age, they have a new quarterback coming in. Their whole philosophy has changed, man, and now they have a running game. Don't get me wrong. Le'Veon Bell was a good runner. I don't think Le'Veon Bell is actually done. I think Le'Veon Bell is a product. I think Le'Veon Bell was a product of the coaching, personally. You get what I'm saying? That coach couldn't coach.
I think Le'Veon just put himself in a bad position when he went to KC and said he didn't want to have to work.
Right, and not only that, he went to KC, and when they already have an established run game and all that stuff, he was chasing the championship versus looking in the future about his game. I think what he thought was that if I get this championship, my value goes up. You know what I mean? I'm now a Super Bowl winning running back. Yep. You know what I mean? And that could be the selling point. And it didn't work out. So that's why teams are not even looking at him. And then you made that lazy talk. Yep. So that hurt you as well. But I think with the new coaching staff, I think the Jets can make some noise. As you can see, they were beefing up that defense. You see how many corners they drafted, right? Corners, linebackers, and defensive end. So that's the thing, man. So they're building. So they understand this is a building year, but there are going to be a lot of positive things on the Jets squad come at the end of the year that they can go ahead and say, all right, we have a good nucleus. This is what we need here. This is what we need there. And it will give them a clear picture for, the future and for them to be competitive. That's what I'm looking at when I look at the Jets.
It's definitely an interesting division now because you have two offensive-minded coaches and two defensive-minded coaches. You can look at each squad and you can see how the Dolphins is straight defense.
Yeah.
You can see the Jets are working to be straight defense. You can see Buffalo, no defense, all offense. And obviously, New England's trying to put together, what they're trying to put together, but they're always been offensive team. As you see, we're picking up tight ends, right?
Right.
They're getting solid on their offense.
This division was always looked down on, like an easy division. Yeah. Right now, you're hearing when you speak defense, they're talking the Dolphins defense. Yeah. Right. You know what I mean? When you talk about offense, they're talking the Buffalo Bills offense, right? New England is trying to come back like the post-Brady era, right? And the Jets is building. It's going to be a tough division in the next, 2022. This is going to be one of the toughest division to deal with. You know what I mean? Considering the defense and all that stuff. You know what I mean? So I expect the Jets to increase their productivity, and it's going to be a good rivalry within the division where you can't call it. With the Bills, the Dolphins, the Patriots, everybody's going to get up there. That when they're competing against each other, you can't really call it. You probably just winning your home games. But when other teams come in, they're going to fear this division. I think that's 2022, 2023. That's where this division is heading.
Anybody on fantasy side that you're interested in off the Jets?
On the Jets, of course, man. I'm
Carter.
Michael
Carter,
the only
for
one.
sure.
Denzel Mims.
I'm interested in Corey Davis, Carter, and Elijah Moore, especially in the dynasty. Yep. That's Elijah Moore. I'm high on in dynasty.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's get to your fourth quarter, man. You got the draft. Drop the breakdown of that.
Man. So, all right. As you know, this is the fun time of the night. We're going to go ahead and pick our teams. You can't pick two players from the same team. So if you pick a quarterback from one team, that's it for that team. So this is going to be fun because it's kind of a tough.
I think this is going to be the toughest that we have.
We're going to be different. I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to be different completely. So both of y'all went first before. It's my turn to go first. So for me, we're going to start with quarterback. And I'm going to go Josh Allen. Obviously, I'm going to go Josh Allen as my quarterback.
We all have to go quarterbacks?
Yeah. Y'all got to go quarterback first.
We got to go quarterback. So who's your quarterback? Remember, you can pick the same player I do. Yeah. So it doesn't matter.
No, I know. I'm
going Josh Allen's my quarterback. Too.
I'm going Tua.
I see where you're going with that. I really do. You say you're going with Josh Allen as well?
Yeah,
PJ?
yeah.
He
Josh
got
Allen.
Allen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
All right. Man, the wide receiver core sucks, doesn't it?
It really
it
doesn't.
doesn't. It
It
doesn't.
does.
If you pick him, if
Oh
you
yeah,
pick
yeah.
Josh Allen as your quarterback, the wide receiver core really sucked thereafter. What are you talking about?
Uh,
It's good, but it's not. In comparison
yeah,
to
it's
that
not.
receiver.
It's not top heavy. It's not top heavy.
Yeah.
um. So where we going? We're going wide receivers now.
Nah, we're going running back now.
Ooh, running
Running
back.
back. All right, I'm going Carter.
Yeah, that's easy.
I'm going Gaskin.
So I got Carter.
You going Carter too? Okay.
Got Gaskins.
Yeah.
Tight end. We're gonna save the wide receiver for last, man. Tight end. What we got?
What you got for tight end, bro? Oh, that's easy.
Oh, you waiting
got-
on me or what?
No, it's me. So we got Cook. We got Cook and Hendry out there and on the New Cleveland side.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go Cook, man. I'm gonna go Cook.
Cook is not out there. You mean Janu Smith and
Geno Smith. Sorry, I
Smith.
don't know what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Geno Smith. I'm thinking
I'm going Hunter Henry.
going Geno Smith. Where you going?
I'm going Hunter.
Hunter as well.
Yeah.
All right, wide receiver. What team I haven't touched yet? Dolphins, eh?
Yeah. I think so. Yeah, you haven't touched Dolphins. And I know who to go first. I got Diggs. So go ahead.
Yeah, I know you got Diggs. I'm sorry, man. I just don't trust. I don't know what Fuller brings. I don't know what Waddle brings, and they probably be the God gift. So I'm gonna go Parker. I'm gonna stick to what I know.
Wow.
I'm gonna go Parker, longest standing Dolphin. So let's go with that.
All right.
I got Corey Davis. My squad is nice, bro.
Corey Davis.
Wait. So all right. See, run down
He
the
hasn't
squads.
picked yet. He hasn't picked yet.
Oh,
He said Diggs.
Diggs, bro. Diggs.
Oh,
He
okay.
left Diggs, so he did it right.
Yeah, so I got Tua,
Mm-hmm.
Carter,
Diggs.
Diggs, and Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
You got Paul got Allen, Gaskins, Parker, Hunter. No, I'm sorry.
No, yeah.
I'm sorry. Paul, you got Allen, Gaskins, Corey Davis, and Hunter, right?
Yeah.
And then let's see here, hold on. And then you got Ren, you got Allen, Carter, Parker, and Janu Smith.
Carter
Yeah.
picked a lot for you guys.
Let's see here. Parker. Say it again?
And you guys both picked Carter as your running back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's the competition, man? I'm looking at that. Who's the competition out there on the Jets?
No one.
Yeah, but I mean, there's no competition in the Dolphins.
No, I agree. No, Gaskins is a good pick. So let me just for shits and giggles, bro. Like I already told you the players that I'm featuring in the pick before you.
What are you talking about? You're talking about
Dynasty.
All right.
Actually, you know what? Somebody picked between me and you, so it doesn't. And he listens to the show, and he will.
He's going after a receiver. He don't know no better.
Who you talking about?
Craig.
Who?
Craig.
Right?
Craig.
Yeah. He don't know no better. He gonna go after receiver.
What wide receiver is going to be there? Well, there's some wide receiver.
Multiple receivers is gonna be there.
Yeah, there's a good amount.
Yeah, this receivers is gonna be there.
Because isn't
Yeah.
like Curtis Samuel there and those guys?
Yeah, but
Listen, with me, it's gonna be a tight end. Obviously, Pitts, right?
right.
Then it's gonna be running back. If Pitts
Right.
is taken away from me by the first player, by K, then I'm going to running backs at the end of the day.
Yeah.
What picks do you have?
I got 2
Second and
5.
fifth.
You lucky. Jordan, all those picks done worked out for you. Huh?
I mean,
Who mortgage off your team to get that?
AJ.
I traded because
AJ
remember
Brown.
I got multiple receivers, right? So
He traded away AJ Brown.
I traded AJ.
It's not. That's just a good pick.
Yeah.
That is a good trade for me. Like if you really think about it, he traded away. The dude traded away his pick for AJ Brown. That's his 11th pick, 11th overall pick for AJ Brown.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So it's not that bad. So, but he has the opportunity now to like really build his team.
Yeah.
So is there anyone that's not picking in the first round?
There's
Myth is not picking in the first round.
just Smith.
Just Myth. He's the one that surrendered his.
Myth is not picking.
He's not picking the first or the second.
Yeah, he's not picking until the third.
Oh man, he came last in the league. Interesting.
Yeah, interesting, right?
I took his first. And
No, so that's what he's doing. So what he did, he traded away all his draft picks just so he can build his core
squad.
roster right now. Because right now, if you look at his team is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you look at his team, he has, as far as a running back, let me bring his team up.
He has young. I think he went young. He went Akers.
He went young in the draft, right? And we were all like, yo, none of these players are going to play. And truly, that's what happened. None of them played. But if you think about his team, let me run down his team right now. And I'm going to highlight the best players. So he has Cam Akers, right? He has Saquon Barkley, right? He has Jonathan Taylor. Those are his running backs, bro. Do you realize, like, these are all, you see what I'm saying? So
he has Jonathan Taylor?
Yeah.
Jonathan Taylor, he has Saquon Barkley and Cam Akers.
And Saquon.
So who we got Jonathan Taylor from?
He drafted him last year. But because the reason why he finished where he did is because Jonathan Taylor, Marlon Mack was in front of Jonathan Taylor. So Jonathan Taylor weren't performing for, close to the first half of the season.
Same thing with Cam Akers.
And it's the same thing with Cam Akers. Cam Akers had too many competition. And then, so take that away. And then you have his wide receivers now. He's going to have A.J. Brown, DJ Moore, Jalen Reagor, and T. Higgins. You feel me? So he's building a core. He's building a good core. And his quarterbacks are Joe Burrow and Carson Wentz. So he's going to be impactful.
He has a squad right now.
Yeah, he's going to be impactful right now. So him not having a first or second is not like a bad thing for him. He needs a tight end, though.
No, he has a tight end.
Oh, yeah, he traded you Hawkinson. So he has Hawkinson, bro. Like, the dude has a serious core, on his squad. He will be a contender this year, for sure. For sure. Looking at his team up and down, it's just the 10 player that he kept. Looking at his team up and down, he's gonna have a significant impact this year.
The squad looks good. But yeah, like if Pitts is gone for me, like I said, I'm going 2 running backs. I don't need receivers. I got Adams. I got Hopkins, Claypool, Judy, and someone else. So I'm loaded as far as receivers. It was a running back that was killing me. Because even with my running backs right now, all I got is A.J. Dillon and Maserati.
You sure you don't want to go running back before you go Pitts?
Yeah, I'm sure. Don't worry about it, bro. I appreciate it, though.
I need a tight end. So getting a tight end 11th overall would be a tight end like Pitts. Yeah. Whew, that would anchor my team.
I know.
That would be my 11th pick.
Yeah, that's why I told you, don't worry about him. Don't even look at him. Don't even put him in what you think is going to be available for you when you start the draft because he will not be there. I won't even hold it. Bing.
You're gonna put him in your queue, and it's the only player in your queue. It's like
on the queue. Bing. Wasted time, man. Yo.
So yeah, PJ. It's gonna be a lot of shuffling this year, man. It's gonna be a lot of shuffling. If my team stay healthy, I'll be decent.
I'm actually pulling this up now to try to look at this.
Yeah, nah, you really
gotta get ready.
You have 1 week. You have 1 week and really look at your squad.
You're the champ.
Because I'm looking at your squad right now, PJ, and There are two players that I question. Well, three.
Who that?
I question right now Jeff Wilson. He's injured. He's on PUP list.
Yeah.
So he's on PUP list.
Well, did you you kept Jeff Wilson?
Yeah, he kept it. Yeah, he kept Jeff Wilson. So Jeff Wilson's on the PUP list. You have Ronald Jones. I don't know what's happening in Tampa. They keep bringing in running backs. Yeah. And then you have, those are the two. Those are the two that I had questions about. So, James Robinson. Yeah, James Robinson, now that they have Etienne.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, that's... You have some decisions.
Running backs.
I'm not getting rid of James Robinson.
No, I wouldn't get rid of him. I wouldn't say get rid of him. I'm just saying, I would get... I'm saying you have to really consider drafting. You have to consider featuring running backs in this draft. And honestly, I think either Mike Davis or Gaskins will fall to you.
I know who I'm going after. Don't worry about it. Yep, I'm quite okay, dude.
All right.
Hey.
Listen, we gonna see at the draft, man. I'll be there after the second pick is taken. So.
Looking at Dre's squad too, man. Dre need running backs, so I think Dre is gonna go after one of those running backs.
I know, but even at that point, there is Najee Harris, there's ATN, there's Jamal Williams, there's Michael Carter.
But you need for my boy PJ right here, he needs somebody that's starting right now.
No, he's not.
As far as running back, he has other than Chris Carson, there's no starting running back on the squad.
My recommendation for P is to go after Trey Sermon, which is basically going to be in front of
Jeff Wilson.
Jeff Wilson, anyways. So.
The rain start, just so you know.
Yo, man. So that's it for us, man. Any shout outs? Anything?
I have two shout outs. One, wife's birthday is tomorrow. Happy birthday.
Oh, yeah. Shout out.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, and son's birthday is on Saturday. Happy birthday as well.
Turn up.
Yeah, man. Saturday. Yo, we're playing football. I'm letting y'all know. I'm letting y'all fellas know.
You haven't ran
Saturday.
Years, bro.
I know. Somebody's going to pull a hamstring or something. But we're playing football on the sand on Saturday. So come ready to play football. We're going to pick the team with all the fellas. I think we can probably get like a 6-on-6 type deal.
All right.
And we're playing football. I literally went out and bought a football today just for that. For the hell of it.
In the sun and the sand, bro?
In the sun and the sand.
I'll ref that one, bro.
No, you're in. You're in.
Hey, he didn't even say he gonna be the quarterback. That boy say I'll ref it.
Yeah, bro. Do they realize what they're about to do in the sand? Bro, that game is going to last 3 minutes.
Bro, it's supposed to be overcast all day. Relax.
Oh, man. This is crazy. This dude said I'll ref that one,
my Anthony's in town too. So
he just came out, right?
I flew him down. So you know that boy is excited about playing on Saturday. So yeah, man. Those are my shout outs.
All right, man. Shout out, man. Happy birthday, love. You know what I mean? Check us out, Locker Code Podcast, Twitter, all that lovely stuff, man. Hit us up for any questions, concerns, or anything like that, and we're here to holler at you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
Yes. New season started yesterday. Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah.
It's the only team I rep. I don't follow bandwagon home.
Say that again for the people. Say it again for the people.
I only rep the Dolphins. Win or lose, I rep the Dolphins. I can be angry. I can be the fan. I can be angry at my team. That's fine. That's part of being a fan.
What was that last part?
I don't jump on bandwagons because a team got in the win column.
You ain't got that first class sticker with PJs. What'd you say?
Yeah, I mean.